cabinet refused to stand up, Congress should reconvene to impeach the president. Plain and simple. The House, if they come together and have a process, I would definitely consider whatever articles they might move. Because, as I've told you, I believe the president has disregarded his oath of office. Procedural tools to get articles of impeachment to the floor for a House vote quickly, early as mid-next week.
Second Ezra's 15, 14 through 19. This is Second Ezra's 15, 14 through 19. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And for there shall be sedition among the men, invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able to. Or because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods because of a lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Civil unrest. Civil unrest and tensions between people, insurrection, civil unrest, violent uprising. That's the times we're in, you know what I mean? Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, GMS groups and ones alike, teaching 100% truth. Shalom, Barakathon to them for their education and knowledge. And foremost, give all praise again to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakadash. This relates to a Huff Post relating to Trump could face a second impeachment. This is Matthew's Matthew's 3, Matthew's 12, and this is Matthew's 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Every city and house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. And how shall then his kingdom stand? And that's what's happening, the division, the fracture. Pretty much the line is beginning to break, man, relating to the kingdom, man. It's beginning to fall apart, man. It's becoming fragile, you know. It's becoming like partly strong, partly weak, relating to the 10 toes, man. So this kingdom is breaking apart, man. It's slowly, incrementally, slowly. Go to 324. Mark 3:24. Mark 3:24 and 27. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And that's the point. The kingdom, the house represents the house represents the kingdom. The one, the power, the structure, man. It relates to the wicked's power and structure, man. So when it's divided, when it's divided among as far as um, internally and externally, is not going to stand. 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. Internally, entity versus entity, same entity versus same entity, division within the ranks, man. So it's going to cause ultimately that division, man. It's going to cause potentially the fracture where it's going to crack, man, and collapse. And that's what's happening. We in the pre-collapse stage of the kingdom beginning to be divided into ultimately where it's going to fall. Number 27. No man can enter a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man and then spoil his house. Now, the strong man represents the one in power, and his house represents the kingdom, man. So you have to bind that strong man, and you have to contain that strong man, bind and contain that strong man, so he can spoil and take his goods, man. You know what I mean? Part of that is taking him out of power, man, and taking his goods, man. You know? So that's what's ultimately, symbolically, that's what's going to happen. The righteous are going to take out the wicked, man. This relates to Yahweh taking the wicked out of the power, man. You know, binding his power, binding him and taking him out of power, man. I want to go to Matthew's 12. Let me see. Matthew's 24. This is something quick. Matthew's 24. Let me see. Matthew's 24 and 12. I'll read that one. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Let me read that again. Because of the iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, and the love is waxing cold because that tension and division is starting to be built up. So that love and pretty much respect is pretty much is becoming non-existent, man. The tensions are rising, the civil unrest. So the iniquities are increasing, the tensions, people are getting antsy, irritated, so they uprising. For example of that, the other day, the invasion relating to the Capitol, man. Coming in, invading, and pretty much taking over, man. So that spirit of division, strife, and contention is building up, man. So the many is going to wax cold, man. 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 9 talk about pretty much the characteristics, how people going to deal with each other, and especially in the latter times, but we're in the precursors of that. And you're seeing that manifestation happen upon the people relating to one another, man. So that spirit of division and strife and contention is starting to build up. This was something short relating to that. The Huff Post relating to Trump relating to second impeachment, could face a second impeachment. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahshua Bashem, Rakadash, Shalom.